So when she looked at me, she asked me if everything was okay. Like, you know, my appearance, you know, was no longer reporting someone that was pregnant. And at that point, as I opened my mouth to explain to her what was going on with me, I just burst into tears. You will not believe what this woman said. Why am I crying like... I see, in fact, that statement further just took me from a place of healing to a place of fresh wound. You know how, as if the situation just happened because of just one word. Anyways, hello everyone, how y'all doing? I hope you're fine. I hope you're good. So I wanted to share with you guys, and I know that there is one lesson or two to be learned from it, and it is because similar situation just happened. I was like, you know what, let us just talk about this. And this is empathy and allowing people, being sensitive to how people process their grief. I will never forget. I've forgiven the lady, but each time I remember it, I just see how insensitive people can be to others. Remember that your strength is different from someone else's strength. And the way you process grief is different from how another person processes grief. And what is precious to you, what is precious to me, may not be precious to you. And I had a miscarriage, and a lady's statement, her statement made it worse. It made what I was going through worse. So years back, before I had our Angelo, all right, I was pregnant, and you know, I got pregnant, and you know, in the course of the pregnancy, fast forward, something happened. I fell badly. And you know, for some reason, I had the, you know, in fact, just fast forward. Eventually, by the time, you know, we tried to, because I became very sick with pains and all of it, and by the time we got to the hospital, they told me that there was no longer heartbeat. Talking about a baby, you know, like they said there was no heartbeat anymore. I should get myself ready to be processed, you know, to you know, let the fetus go. So I remembered, oh my God, I couldn't see her. I don't know about you, but from the moment I do a pregnancy test and I am confirmed pregnant, there is one bond and one attachment, because I begin to pray for the baby immediately. Of course, I see that life as mine. I see that baby as part of me now. So I begin to pray for the baby. So I bond immediately. So it was a very challenging situation, and I remembered, oh my God, I cried. We were all devastated. Everyone, even to the kids, the big boys, my other kids who knew that we were expecting a baby, everyone felt bad. Okay? It was, you know, in fact, it was as if, whether you know, it was a death in the family, you know. And I stayed at home for a while, trying to process it, trying to get myself together, the family, everyone trying to heal. And fast forward to when I went out, you know, I went out and I went to church. One of the times I had resumed going to church, right? And this lady saw me. Oh my God. This lady saw me, and, you know, of course, you know, this was a woman who was pregnant, everything reporting, and all of a sudden, I looked like someone who was no longer pregnant. And so when she saw me, she was like, "Oh, Kate, are you okay?" I said, "I'm fine." No, she said, "Are you sure everything is okay?" You know, so we went to a corner, and I told her that I just started crying. When she said, "What is going on?" I started crying, and she said, "What is going on?" I said, "Yeah, that I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage." And you will not believe what this lady will open her mouth to tell me. She said, is it that I should calm down now? I should calm down, it's okay. I should calm down, it's okay. This one that I'm crying because of miscarriage. I'm crying because of miscarriage. Come on now. I cannot be crying like that. This one that I'm crying as if I don't have other children. Ah! She said this one that I'm crying like I don't have other children. Oh my goodness. And at that moment, I looked at her. I couldn't understand. I said, you mean? She said, yeah, you know what I mean? I have other children, you know, this one, that one. Why am I crying like as if I don't have other children? I told her, I said, even if I have 1 million children, this is a child. I lost a part of me. I lost my own child. So it doesn't make any difference of how I feel. Whether I have 100 children or I have 1,000 children, this is my child. I told her, no, I was crying. Look, when she made that statement, I tell you, in fact, my healing process went back. In fact, it went back to square one. It was as if situation just happened. I told her, you don't tell people that. That is so insensitive. That is so insensitive to say. Okay? And, you know, she said, oh, what will you talk about people who don't have at all? People who don't have at all, we have in Jesus' name. But that does not change the fact that I just lost something that is so precious and so dear to me, something that is part of me, a precious gift that was given to me, and I lost it. It doesn't change it. God is going to see. I am not the reason. I am not being insensitive, but I am not the reason. It was not because God was trying to give my baby to somebody who does not have. That is not it. Babies, in fact, they are more than when it is time for God to bless people with the fruit of the womb, He will bless them. So don't say that, oh, you know, you're crying like you don't have any at all. What about those? That is an insensitive thing to say. And it brings me to the fact, because like I said, I remembered this story because somebody just shared something similar. You know, be sensitive to how people process their grief. And the grief can come in any form. Whether it was a living being that passed or a being in a womb that passed. Okay? The way you process yours is different from the way others process theirs. So learn to respect people's grief. Learn to respect people's process. Don't water down. Don't water down how people feel about a situation. Yes, that is the word I'm looking for. Do not water down how people feel about a situation. Don't water it down. Because the grace you have, the kind of strength you have is different from the strength somebody else has had. Learn to respect people's grief. Learn to respect how people deal with issues. Aha, that's another word I'm looking for. Respect how people deal with issues. Don't feel that they are being so dramatic about it. Don't feel that they are over-exaggerating it. Don't feel that, oh, they are doing too much. Just calm down. Just respect that process for them. The least you can do is to pray for them, comfort them, give them a tap on the back. But don't tell them how they should process their grief. Honestly, that that woman could tell that thing changed my relationship with her. I couldn't relate with her anymore because I felt that was so insensitive. I felt that was not a thing to say at all. You know, a full-blown child in your womb, even if it's a day child, even if it's 1 day conception, allow people just heal and grieve from it. And you know, it just brought me, I just remembered when, in fact, I even shared it with her too. I just remembered something somebody said, how, you know, they say, oh, she was crying too much, she needed to move on, she needed, I'm like, no, this is not right. We need to talk about this. Respect people's feelings, okay? Respect people's feelings. Have you had such situation before? Please let me know at the comment section. Bottom line, let us learn to respect people's feelings. Very, very important. So that somebody, you will not receive bad bows. If I was someone else, honestly, that woman for collect that day. I'm telling you. Because it really broke me down. It broke me down. It was as if, you know, something was pierced through my... I'm like, how will a woman talk like this? You know? But anyways, I just thought I should share. Let's be sensitive and be careful. Okay? Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.